Today I'm making several fall DIYs, so let's get right into it. For the first DIY, I started with this gold candlestick holder that I found at Dollar Tree. It was already a pretty color, but I wanted to give it a little more of a fall feel, so I started with something very simple, a piece of brown velvet ribbon. I just tied it around the candlestick and right away it gave it a much warmer, more seasonal look. I also had a pair of thrifted candles that I really liked the texture of, but I wasn't a big fan of the original color. So instead of passing them up, I decided to give them a little makeover. I painted them in this beautiful burgundy color called Spiced Berry. And while the paint was still wet, I sprinkled a little baking soda over the surface. The baking soda gives the paint a slightly textured and aged appearance. I didn't want it to look perfectly smooth or freshly painted, so I really liked the imperfect finish it created. Once I had the candle finished, I went back to the candlestick holder. I felt like it needed just a little more detail, so I took some Rub and Buff in a slightly different shade of gold and lightly dabbed it onto the raised details. I wasn't trying to cover the whole piece, just catching those little raised areas. And I love how much that small detail changed it. It gave the candlestick a little more dimension and made it feel much more like an old vintage piece. And next I made another candlestick holder. I found this beautiful design online and my husband 3D printed it for me on his 3D printer, and I used the same Grecian gold Rub and Buff and rubbed it all around the outside of the piece, and almost instantly it started looking like an old antique candlestick. The raised details really came to life once the gold was added. And the best part is that this little piece only cost me about $1 to make. I added the matching thrifted candle, and I think the two look so pretty paired together. I love that neither one looks overly seasonal. They're just warm, old-looking pieces that happen to work beautifully with fall decorating. For the next DIY, I wanted to take this very inexpensive styrofoam pumpkin from Dollar Tree and give it the look of an old stone or paper mache pumpkin. I started with some dry paper mache clay. I put it into a freezer bag and slowly added some warm water until I had a consistency that felt more like clay. Then I started pressing it all over the pumpkin. I wanted a fairly thick layer because I really wanted to completely change the look and texture of the original pumpkin, and in order to get it to really stick to the pumpkin, it needed to be fairly thick. But as I worked, some of the grooves in the pumpkin started disappearing underneath the clay. So I went back in with my finger and recreated those lines, making sure the sections of the pumpkin were still defined. I also worked around the stem and added the shape back in there as well. It definitely looked a little rough at this stage, but that's exactly what I wanted, so it would have all of this beautiful texture to it. I left it to dry overnight, and once it was completely dry, it had this beautiful handmade stone-like appearance. I had thought about painting it, but in the end, I really liked the color of it because it looked like stone, so I just left it as is. I love projects like this because you can take something that looks very inexpensive and mass-produced and completely change the texture of it. For the next pumpkin, I wanted to make something really simple using brown craft paper. I started by folding papers in half and cutting a half pumpkin shape onto each folded piece. Once everything was cut, I glued each piece together with one strip of glue. I started connecting all of those pieces together. For these sections, I used 2 strips of glue so that when everything was opened up, it would have that accordion effect. To finish it off, I glued the 2 end pieces together. Then I took a small piece of driftwood and cut it down using my miter snips to create the stem. I tucked that right into the center and that's it. It's such a simple little decoration, but I love the warm brown of the craft paper and the fact that it feels handmade without being overly complicated. For the last DIY, I started with an old mini fall sign that I had. It had some fall wording on it that I didn't really want on it anymore, but I did really like the frame and the little border of fall leaves around the outside in the image. So instead of getting rid of the sign, I decided to give it a completely different look. I started by watering down some brown paint and brushing it onto the wooden frame. Then I wiped away any excess with a paper towel. This just deepened the color of the wood and gave it a warmer, more aged appearance. Then I painted over the existing words with white. I did leave the little border of leaves around the outside because I didn't mind if some of those details showed through in the finished piece. Then I had this beautiful fall napkin with a turkey on it, and I thought it would make the perfect artwork for the center of the sign. I cut the napkin down to fit inside the frame and carefully removed the extra layers, so I was left with just the printed top layer. Then I brushed on some Mod Podge, placed the napkin over top, and carefully added another layer of Mod Podge over it. And I love how completely different this sign looks now. And those are all 5 of my fall DIYs for today. I really love how different everything looks from where we started. I hope this gave you a few ideas for your own fall decorating. Thank you so much for spending some time with me, and I'll see you in the next one.